Yeah, those are our group's members' names, which are written by paper. My name is Felicia, student number 4.
My name is Fabian Sapatola, student number 3.
My name is Shirley, student number 17.
My name is Thomas, student number 20.
The COVID-19 pandemic has indeed brought about various changes in human life, such as work and learning activities carried out at home, a number of plans that must be cancelled, also changes in our healthy lifestyles. Actually, healthy lifestyle has been advocated for a long time, but this habit has just been implanted since the COVID-19 pandemic. The following are the healthy lifestyles that you should do in this COVID-19 pandemic. Number 1. Use a mask when going outside. Masks can prevent the spread of the virus by protecting the face from the droplets of someone who contains COVID-19. Masks can be differed into several types. A. Surgical mask. A surgical mask is a loose-fitting disposable device that creates a physical barrier between the mouth and nose of the wearer and potential contaminants in the immediate environment. If worn properly, a surgical mask is meant to help block large particle droplets, splashes, sprays, or splatter that may contain virus and bacteria, keeping it from reaching the wearer's mouth and nose. Surgical masks may also help reduce exposure of the wearer's saliva and respiratory secretion to others. Surgical masks are made of a non-woven fabric created using a melt-blowing process. They are mostly multi-layer. During the COVID-19 pandemic, public health authorities issued guidelines on how to save, disinfect, and reuse electrode filter masks without damaging the filtration efficiency. Standard disposable surgical masks are not designed to be washed. A surgical mask, by design, does not filter or block very small particles in the air that may be transmitted by cough, sneeze, or certain medical procedures. Surgical masks also do not provide complete protection from germs and other contaminants because of the loose fit between the surface of the face mask and the face. However, in practice, with respect to some infections like influenza, surgical masks appear as effective as respirators, or such as N95 or FFP masks. B. Cloth mask. A cloth mask is worn over the mouth and nose and made of commonly available textiles. They vary widely in effectiveness depending on material, fit or seal, number of layers, and other factors. Although they are usually less effective than medical grade masks, many health authorities recommend their use by general public. When medical grade masks are in short supply as a low cost and reusable option, unlike disposable masks, there are not yet legal standards for cloth masks. One study gives evidence that an improvised mask was better than nothing, but not as good as soft electrode filter surgical masks. For protecting healthcare workers while stimulating treatment of an artificially infected patient, research on nanomaterial found masks that utilize electrostatic and mechanical barrier were more effective at filtering particulates in the critical 100 nm range. C. Face shields. Experts stated that face shields are used for barrier protection against splash and splatter contamination, but should not be used as primary protection against respiratory disease transmission due to the lack of a peripheral seal rather than as an adjunct to other face shield protection. They remarked that face shields have been used like this alongside medical grade masks during the COVID-19 pandemic.
The second, wash your hands regularly with soap and water, especially after touching objects in public place. Soap are cleaning agents that are usually made by reacting quickly with natural occurring for fat or fatty acids. The reaction produces sodium salt of their fat acid, which improves the cleaning process by making water better able to lift away grease, stains from skin, hair, clothes, and just about anything else. As a substance, there has happened clean bodies as well as precision sponge has been remarkably useful. Soap, water, and oil are all made up of molecules. Some molecules are hydrophilic. These molecules are attracted to water. Some molecules are hydrophobic. They are repelled by water. Molecules that readily mix with water are hydrophilic. Molecules that readily mix oil are hydrophobic. Two orders what we need to knock are polar and non-polar. Non-polar compounds like oil and grease cannot dissolve in water. Polar compounds can dissolve in water. Soap can mix with both water and with oil. Why? The soap molecule has two different ends. One the hydrophobic that binds with water and the other that is hydrophobic that binds in grease and oil. The water-loving part of the sponge molecule sticks to the water and points outward, forming the outer surface of the micelle. The oil-loving part sticks the oil and trap oil in the center where it can come into connect with the water. So basically the sponge is attracted to fat or oil or grease because of its fat-loving side, but then trees up the grease by pulling into the water using its water-loving side. Some kinds of, like a football player, surround the oil particle and move them away from one another.
When soap and water are not available for hand washing, use hand sanitizer to clean your hands. Hand sanitizer, also called hand antiseptic or hand rub, agent applied to the hands for the purpose of removing common pathogens or disease-causing organisms. Hand sanitizers typically come in foam, gel, or liquid form. Although the effectiveness of hand sanitizer is variable, it is employed as a simple means of infection control in a wide variety of settings, from daycare centers and schools to hospitals and healthcare clinics, and from supermarkets to cruise ships. Depending on the active ingredient used, hand sanitizer can be classified as one of two types: alcohol-based or alcohol-free. Alcohol-based products typically contain between 60 and 95% alcohol, usually in the form of ethanol, isopropanol, and propanol. At those concentrations, alcohol immediately denatures proteins, effectively neutralizing certain types of microorganisms. Alcohol-free products are generally based off disinfectants such as benzoyl chloride or BAC or on antimicrobial agents such as triclosan. The activity of disinfectants and antimicrobial agents is both immediate and persistent, and many hand sanitizers also contain emulsions, example like glycerin that soothe the skin, thickening agents, and fragrance. effectiveness of hand sanitizers depends on multiple factors, including the manner in which the product is applied, example, quantity used, duration of exposure, and frequency of use, and whether the specific infection agent present on the person's hands are susceptible to the active ingredient in the product. In general, alcohol-based hand sanitizer, if rubbed thoroughly over finger and hand surface for a period of 30 seconds, followed by complete air drying, can effectively reduce population of bacteria, fungi, and some enveloped viruses. The World Health Organization has made a composition of hand sanitizers which contains ethanol 96%, glycerol 98%, hydrogen peroxide 3%, and distilled water.
Number 4. Clean the surface of the object with disinfectant. Disinfectants are chemical agents designed to inactivate or destroy microorganisms on inert surfaces. Disinfection does not necessarily kill all microorganisms, especially resistant bacterial spores. Disinfectants are generally distinguished from other antimicrobial agents such as antibiotics, which destroy microorganisms within the body, and antiseptics, which destroy microorganisms on living tissue. Disinfectants are also different from biocides. The latter are intended to destroy all forms of life, not just microorganisms. Disinfectants work by destroying the cell wall of microbes or interfering with their metabolisms. Sanitizers are substances that simultaneously clean and disinfect. Disinfectants kill more germs than sanitizers. Disinfectants are frequently used in hospitals, dental surgeries, kitchens, and bathrooms to kill infectious organisms. Sanitizers are mild compared to disinfectants and are used majorly to clean things which are in human contact, whereas disinfectants are concentrated and are used to clean surfaces like floors and building premises. Here are the most common active ingredients in these EPA-registered disinfectants. A. Isopropanol or ethanol or alcohol are effective disinfectants when used at a high enough concentration. Most cleaning products that contain alcohol have at least a 70% solution, and hand sanitizers should contain at least 60% alcohol to be effective. They become less effective over time because the alcohol will evaporate. B. Quaternary ammonium compounds are widely used as surface disinfectants and can be found in many household cleaners, including disinfectant wipes and sprays. Research has shown quaternary ammonium compounds to effectively kill most bacteria, viruses, and fungi. C. Sodium hypochlorite or bleach. The active ingredient in bleach is sodium hypochlorite, which can kill viruses, bacteria, and fungi. Bleach can be used on frequently touched surfaces like doorknobs and countertops, but it must air dry for at least 10 minutes before wiping to effectively kill pathogens. Because bleach can irritate skin, you should wear gloves when using it. D. Hydrogen peroxide is not as strong as bleach, but does have disinfectant properties that effectively kill viruses and bacteria. A 2018 study published in Antimicrobial Resistance and Infection Control found that hydrogen peroxide was more effective in killing some forms of bacteria than quaternary ammonium compounds. Number 5. Have enough rest. Sleep can help maximize metabolism and maintain body endurance. You must sleep at least 7 to 8 hours every day. Number 6. Increase your intake of nutritious food. By implementing healthy and nutritious diet, the quality of health and body endurance will certainly increase. One of the foods that are good for body endurance is foods rich in vitamin C and vitamin B complex. 7. Consume multivitamin. Help your body meet its daily vitamin needs by eating up multivitamin regularly. You can consume multivitamin that contains vitamin C to help boost your immune system. New normal is not only needed in daily activities. Even entrepreneurs must adapt to the changing situation due to the COVID-19 pandemic. How can entrepreneurs adapt to the changes in the COVID-19 pandemic? First, entrepreneurs must obey health protocols that have been made by the government. Entrepreneurs can change how they serve their customers, such as restaurants that don't allow the customers to eat at the restaurants directly. They only provide drive-thru and delivery service. For retail entrepreneurs, the customers are not allowed to interact straight with the seller. There are barriers. They also have to spray disinfectant to kill germs on the surfaces of objects in the workplace. In addition, they also have to provide hand sanitizer so they can wash their hands quickly. Second, they can change the kind of business they run. Along the COVID-19 pandemic, many businesses have been rescinded or even declared bankruptcy. In order to keep their business running, entrepreneurs have to reconstruct a business strategy. They must bravely take a risk. For example, one garment entrepreneur experienced a decline in demand for their products due to the large spread of the coronavirus. To prevent bankruptcy, he decided to produce masks and other personal protective equipment, which are currently very much needed. This reflects the characteristics of entrepreneurship that are being able to read market opportunities and also take risks. Third, with the rapid development of technology, they can also utilize technology as one of the alternative solutions to deal with the pandemic. It is not uncommon to find entrepreneurs who originally made offline sales now switch to selling their products online to keep their business alive. They can also promote their products via social media such as Instagram, Twitter, and many more. With these ways, entrepreneurs can survive despite the massive spread of the COVID-19 pandemic. So that's all for the video. Hope this video can be useful for you. Thank you for watching. Bye!